Good afternoon, everybody. It is June 12th, Sunday at 3 p.m., and we are doing the stock request video. So this week we have only one stock I need to analyze. So it is the S&P 500. So this was suggested by Vincent. We bounced not too long ago on 38.78 and 38.78. This was a real bounce here. I chose to do it here. Boom, boom, right here. And if we extend it, it looks like it really fits this one here also. There are no mysteries. Everything just fits. So this is crazy. So this is this one right here. So 38.78. So this was a resistance on January 25th. Then it was a support on March 25th. And right now it has been the support on May 19th, May 24th, and maybe it is going to be support tomorrow, June 13th. Yeah, let's recap a bit. So we are in a downward. Let me choose this pink thing, pink marker. So we are in a downward channel. So S&P is in a downtrend. It is in a downtrend. So in that downtrend, we have subtrends. Oh, it's going up. It's going up. Yes, it's making lower, no, higher lows, but it's still in the downtrend. And then, boom, it does something like this. This is a lower low. This is a big lower low. And then it tries to go and reach that resistance again. And sometimes it can. Here is sometimes takes a couple of times and then it reaches it. And sometimes it tests it not too long afterward and then comes back down. So there are multiple subtrends working here. Here, congestion zone, then we broke. And then we started going up again. And we just could not hold ourselves and we are back here again. So 38.78 is extremely important right here. This is extremely important. Are we going to bounce on it or not? So, any prediction is good, but we don't act on predictions. We act on when things are really happening and trend is changing. So right now we have a down subtrend. We lost stochastic over 60. So we might be bouncing a little bit before trying to get out again, or we are just going to do this until we break again. There are not many possibilities. We just need to be aware at the right milestones. And the milestones are at 38.78. This is a big milestone right here. At 38.78, if we see the stock trying to go back up, because this is now a resistance. So if we see the stock trying to go back up, as we need to have stochastic over 60. If not, we are not even going to consider it. If stochastic gets above 60, then we can get in, but it does not mean that it's going to go all the way up. I never said that. I say stochastic over 60 for a decent move. But what does it mean? It depends on each move. If the weekly chart also has stochastic over 60, then most likely the move on the daily chart will go farther, longer. So in this case right here, we had stochastic over 60 approximately. Did we have it? We only had it here. So this did not give us much time to do anything because it was after this candle that we had it over 60. We could have entered here, but then we could have taken a little bit of loss when we saw that it was going down right here. Let me just remove a little bit of this. There are no surefire bets. If we had played it on the 1 hour chart, hindsight is 2020. So if we had played it here because we broke that resistance, we could have played it on the 1 hour chart. And on the 1 hour chart, we had stochastic over 60 right here. Then it came back down below. So we could have sold and then we could have bought again. And that time would have gave us an entry at 39 with an exit here at 4,000. So this was the profit that we could have taken. And that's on the 1 hour chart. But then if you invest on the 1 hour chart, you need to check the stock every single hour. If you have time to do that, great. If you don't, you stick to a higher time frame like the daily chart. Okay, so that's the S&P 500. Let's take a look. Since we don't have any other stocks to look at for this stock request, we have a little bit of time to take a look at the weekly chart. So I've said my piece right here, and maybe just mention that we have this downward resistance that is still in play, and then we have this support that's still in play. We could be doing something like this or that. This is what we need to keep in mind. What else was I going to say? I can remove this support this downward resistance because we are not going to use it. So let's go look at the weekly chart. So weekly chart. So weekly chart. Yeah, this is a bit more clear. So we just came outside of this here. It's still the same thing at 38.78. What I said on the daily still applies right here. The only thing we can gather here on the weekly chart is that there's no indication that things are going to turn around. We have stochastic at 10, which is extremely low. We have MACD extremely bearish. We have RSI at 35, and we have DMI that's super wide in terms of the difference between the red line and the green line. Super big. And maybe we can additionally do something like this. This is basically what we have on the daily chart. So this is the downtrend that we are in. Should I try to do this? We could do it here. We could do it here like this. So if we do it here like this, it fits very well right here. It fits quite well here. It fits quite well here. It fits quite well here. So maybe, and if we want to catch every move, then we have maybe this double support kind of thing. So doing this is giving us an indication of if we break 38.78, what is the bottom? Let's look at what this looks like on these two supports that I just drew. So if we break 38.78, we could go down. This is the candle that we could do this week. We could go as low as 36.28. And there's a possibility that we reach that one here, because sometimes we reach this outer one, and sometimes we stay within the first one. So this is why I draw two, because the stock is undecided. It's one or the other, and it's impossible to know in advance. So if it stops at the first one, we are at 36.20 something. And if it stops at the second one, we have a support right here. Let me just 35. So it could be at 35.44. And if it breaks this 35.44, it could go down to this one here. So that's 34. Yeah, this is what we have here. This is what can be happening if we break 38.78. So this is giving us an idea of where to short. If you want to buy out of the money puts, then these out of the money puts could be put at 36.30 strike price. And if they are cheap, you can buy, you could buy several of them here, because there's a greater chance that stops here if we break 38.78. Lesser chance that we break, that we reach 35.44 and then 34.20 something. So these are decreasing levels of probability and increasing levels of gain. So it's always in the eye of the beholder. And just for fun, let's look at the monthly chart right here. Okay, so the monthly chart, we just recently lost, I would say recently, because here we had stochastic at 57. So we lost stochastic over 60 on the monthly chart. We had it, so this was week of April 1st. So with this big move down, we had lost stochastic at this point. But then the stock price basically maintained itself, except last week where we really broke this support right here at 4,068. And this was a major support because we had a support right here. We had basically the support here. Yes, we went down and then we came back up, but we still were above, and let me just make sure, 40.67. So on the monthly chart, it's 40.67. That is our big indication that things are looking especially bad because we had that support right here. We stayed above and we hovered here. And here, this was the first indication that we wanted to cross it, but then we closed back up. We closed back up, so then it's all okay, except for this week where we broke it. So we could be having something like this, some move up and a further thing going down right here. And the fact that we just lost it this month, and the month is not over yet because we are June 12th. So it was if we were on the end of the month, then I would say, okay, but then we could be going back up a little bit, but this is basically the resistance slope. But if this was the end of the month, then that would be pretty bad because we had maintained ourselves above 40.67. And then poof, we started to go down. We could be going further down easily. So that's it for this stock request analysis. I hope you like this analysis. If you want me to analyze a stock of your choosing, you need to become a member at the stock request tier. And every weekend I will do a full stock analysis of the stock you wanted me to. So have a great rest of the weekend. We are going to talk tomorrow on Monday, and I'm going to say à la prochaine.